Welcome back, guys. Today we're playing Anime Vanguard, and in this video I'm going to show you the tier list video for update 8.0 for Anime Vanguard, and to show you if the Guts unit and the new Berserk units are really good or really not worth your traits. So let's get into the video. So guys, so far this is the tier list. As you can see, the units on top are the best and the units at the bottom are the worst, and I'll let you guys look at the tier list just for a second to see. This is the latest update one, update 7.5 tier list, and then as you can see at the bottom I do have the new units. Okay, so let's go in order. Of course this is the order, so maybe skip past the video if you want to look at a specific unit, and I will be talking about them and telling you which one's good and which one's not. So let's get into Guts first. Okay, Guts. So of course he is the main character from Berserk, and in my opinion the best unit from this update. Okay, I might be biased because I love the Guts. This is shiny, not bad. I really like this. Okay, I've never seen a shiny I've add a whole different character into it, so that's pretty cool. But what Gut does, long story short, you upgrade him to max, right? Easy. Once he gets to max damage, he does crazy damage, right? He's kind of expensive, as you can see, so you want to get Monarch on him because he's a free placement. But he has this ability, right? So he does bleeding damage, you know, the old gist. Does a lot of bleeding damage, does a lot of stacks. He can spawn enemies where it gives him more damage. Long story short, he does a lot of damage, and max upgrade he does do fail AoE. But you have this ability. With this ability you can turn it on, and Guts does crazy mad damage. His SPA goes to 0 and his damage keeps going up for every injury he has, right? So every injury he has, he does more damage. My bad for the pronunciation. But yeah, long story short, more injuries, more damage. So you want to use him right before the stage ends. Like, so I want to see around wave 13, and then his damage can go up to, like, I think that's 400k base, and then at max he does 600k every 0 seconds, which is kind of crazy. In my opinion, he might be the best DPS in the game. He might even do more damage than Escanor with all his buffs and stuff like that, if you know how to use him properly. But I can't lie, guys, with how good his fill AoE and that damage he does, he's 100% S. I might be biased. Again, remember, this is my personal opinion. He's probably my favorite character from this update. Crazy DPS, fill AoE, and does bleeding damage, and 0 SPA if you use the ability. And that damage is crazy, I promise you guys. Okay, so that's 100% S for me. Next, Falcon. Falcon, you get him by getting to wave 10, and you have to do the eclipse, and if you survive the eclipse you will get him, guaranteed. So it's pretty easy to get. It's a 1% chance to get the eclipse. So let's see what he does first. Oopsie. Falcon, long story short, you place him down, you don't need to upgrade him. Next, you use his ability, and which takes 300 seconds cooldown. By using his ability, he switches to the Falcon of Darkness. This is a DPS one which isn't that good, I'll be honest. As you can see, the shiny doesn't even change. Yep, kind of annoying. Like, why am I getting shiny just for nothing to change, right? But long story short, he does a lot of damage here. Repulses, 30% more damage, slows enemies. Pretty good. If ally is tower is branded, so when his ability he can brand units around him. He does 1% more damage and 1% more range. The only issue he has is his DPS isn't that good, even when he's on his DPS form, and he's really expensive. And he's one placement, so you need to get Monarch on him. But if you get him to this form, you don't need to upgrade him. You wait 300 seconds, you use the ability again. As you can see, Falcon turns to this form. As you can see, the shiny, no difference. But this is his support form. He gets max upgrade straight away, so that's good, instantly. And as you can see, this is damage, and yeah. So I think this is around 60k if you get like damage, SPA, golly, blah. Long story short, does 6k every 7 seconds. Not bad, right? But the reason why he's good, because he gives 40% more damage to his allies in range. Debunks any units that were branded by 20% damage. So basically, you don't want to brand any units. So you want to technically get him done and then put the units down so they get branded. But if there's like, he's like Yuhaba. So if you have more of your allies inside his range and use the ability, he will do more damage. I think I've seen his damage go up to 600k every 7 seconds, which is pretty good. But technically, if I was using Falcon, I will always go to the light from no matter what. Just skip straight to the light, and he does a lot of damage, and he's a good support, and he's a good cleanse, and he's very situational. I don't think he'll be good for wave 15s, but I think he'll be very good for 20 wave activities. So in my opinion, it's a good A. Really good A, even meta support. I would say he's A / meta support. I'm gonna put him support because in my opinion you will always use that support over his damage side, so technically he's a support unit and you don't need to upgrade him. He's really cheap. It just takes quite a long time. It takes 600 seconds to get him to his light form, but it's pretty good once you get it all done for a 20 wave activity, maybe not 15. The next, the Smith. Long story short, he crafts stuff, does more damage, quite easy to understand. He looks crazy cool here. I think his shiny looks so much more better than this. But basically what he does is you place him down. Every few rounds he gets this silver material, and they get craft items to do 20% more damage, 20% more range, or 10% less SPA. Or then once you do that, you have a cool oh yeah, here does it show you? Yeah, you can craft like cool masterworks, which is like all of them here. As you can see, increased damage by 40%, increased damage dealt by DOTs by 20%, crazy good. Increased range by 20%, increased damage dealt to burning enemies by 20%, that's good. Makes ally immune to status effects, makes ally immune to debuffs, reduce SPA by 10%, and increase damage by 20%. So for all of these, you can only use them one per character. So let's say I can only use Dragon Slayer on Escanor, but I won't be able to use another one on top of Escanor. So it isn't too broken. So I'll say he's alright, he's a good support, meta support 100%, but he's very situational because he just takes long to get the crafting materials. I think again, long term, he's big, he'll be good. But if I have to put meta support, if I have to put in order, he'd be a bit better than Esdef. I mean, this is not in order, but like he's probably like top 3 to top 5 best supports in the game. Again, really good unit, just very, it depends on the situation and what team you're bringing and stuff like that. I think it would be good on an all Berserk team, to be honest. The Witch, my opinion, the worst character in this update. I'll be honest, I don't really understand what she does, but this is her passive. The unit is treated as a positive element. Basically, she will always have type advantage in every single map, which is nice, okay? Then attacks, inflicts, nullify for 10 seconds on here. If an ally is stunned, boosts their damage by 50%. Again, nothing crazy. Okay, and then her DPS is very underwhelming. I can show you guys right here. Level 64 placement, 21k every 10 seconds. Again, in my opinion, it's probably the worst unit this update. I feel like there's 10 million other characters are better than her. If I have to rate her right now, if I'm being honest, guys, I don't want to do this, but she is probably a B. Nothing special, not worth your traits. Don't evolve her, yes, for the free traits from the event, but don't actually spend traits. Next is my king. No. Oh, oopsie. Next is my king. The king. I love his shiny. I think the shiny looks so much more cooler than his non-shiny, but again, the buff look really cool. Then, what he does, okay, he's kind of cool. He debuffs instead of buffs this unit. Debuffs instead buffs this unit. So when he gets debuffed, he actually gets buffed. So him and Griffith on the same team is really good because he can't. Griffith can't debuff him, so he's really good, and he cleanses himself. He cannot be cleansed. I mean, he can't get cleansed, but he cleanses himself technically. If a unit on this map is inflicted with a status effect or a debuff, this unit will teleport to them and locate and cleanse them off. Long story short is, if anyone gets debuffs, this guy will come and clean it off. So this guy's very good for certain situations because you can use him in world lines when your unit gets stunned. He will teleport, cleanse, done, easy. Keep going, stuff like that. Or a stage where you can get debuffed, or like there's a long stun duration and your character can't avoid the stun, like Morrigan. That's really good. Free placement, he's full AoE and his damage is actually pretty good, 69k every 8 seconds. I'm actually going to rate him like pretty fucking high in the leaderboard. My bad for the language, guys. But if I have to rate him, he's probably an A for me. Like, he's 100% good support, he cleanses, and he's full AoE and does decent damage. Like, what else can you say? He cleanses anyone. At least you teleport them in the map. He doesn't even need to be next to them, which is such a good feature, which I really like that from him. So yeah, 3 more units left, as you can see. GG Possessed. Again, his shiny is just him wearing clothes, which I feel like they could have done something more cooler with his shiny, but that's my opinion. But how do you get him? Is from the Rift. So if you want to get him, guys, it's a 2% from the Rift. If you get MVP, it's a 4%. Long story short, the first time an enemy enters this unit range, this unit will do a follow-up attack by 1. And long story short, this is every 8 seconds. Every time an enemy comes, he does double his damage. So let's say he does 600, he will actually do 1.2k because he does times 2. As you can see, it actually will be 2.4, but this is again without Monarch. Again, you want to get Monarch on him. He's kind of expensive. You can see 132,000. That's 30k more than Guts, but he's pretty good. Then his next ability is anytime this unit attacks an enemy, leaves a ball at their location after 5 seconds, the ball will explode, doing 40% of this unit's damage, up to 10 balls. Long story short, he hits. Yes, he has his cooldown isn't the fastest. As you can see, I think it's 7 seconds. So he's then he'll leave a ball and the ball does more damage. So I think he might be a good unit to get MVP on, if get MVP with, just because he does a lot of damage, because he can do up to 10 balls, which is 400% if you have 10 balls on the ground of his normal damage. Allies units in this range will become protected after 60 seconds from where they are placed. Anytime protected units is debuffed, this unit cleanses them. Long story short, another good cleanser, and he does good damage. So what else can you ask for? I'm really happy to add cleansing units to this game and not just every character is immune, because right now we had an issue where like, oh, Morujin is really good, but he's not immune to everything. So now Morujin is actually going to be even better with using GG or the King, because they cleanse debuffs, which is actually going to help him a lot, because now Morujin will get debuffed in stupid stages. And again, the DP is not too bad. I'm not sure if he's filler, we haven't checked that. But again, if I had to rate him out of 10, hey, again, these units are kind of cooking. That's another A. Okay, so far there's only been one really bad unit, which is the Witch, in my personal opinion. Everyone else has been good or just really broken. Next are the Battle Pass units. As you can see, I love the Battle Pass shinies. I love this one and I love this one. Like, what else can I ask for? Okay. Long story short, they're from the Battle Pass. This is tier 25 and tier 50, if I'm not wrong. Both from Goblin Slayer, the anime. Long story short, this unit does not attack. Instead, they layer up 5 traps on the track. Okay, I kind of like this feature. I love this. This is like Usopp from Anime Adventures. Traps place speed depends on SPA. So you want to give him low SPA, gold SPA, and like maybe Blitz even. And then 20% of this unit's damage and grows 5% as 5% per second up to 400%. Guys, he is too good. This, like, in my opinion, Goblin Killer might be like the best battle pass unit in the game right now. And every time they step, they explode. Basically, he's like Usopp and from Anime Adventures, where you just want to place him at the back of the map. He puts traps on the ground. Damage goes up, 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 up. Just one shot enemies. Boom, 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 boom. Ambush. If the enemy is hit by this unit's trap, this unit will attack them and apply a rupture. Anytime this unit is placed, decreases upgrade cost by the next placement of this unit by 20%. Like, what? You technically don't want to get Monarch on him, because he's 4 placements. So you want to actually get like probably Ethereal or Blitz. Even Blitz would be good. And look how cheap he is. His SP is kind of high, but technically you don't use him for his thingy here. But again, Blitz might be really good for him, just because he can place a lot of traps and just go crazy. So in my personal opinion, he's really good. If I had to rate him, he's 100% A by far. I'm telling you guys, I can see a lot of people use him just to put him at the end of the map, place him down, and he's just going to be like killing all the enemies, so you guys have more time to farm your money and stuff like that. Next is the Princess Holy. Okay, attack stuns enemies for 2 seconds. When attacking an enemy, this is on stun lockout, slows them by 5%. Again, slow unit and kind of does stun, which isn't too crazy, but okay. Anytime an ally in range is inflicted with a debuff, after 5 seconds, cleanses the ally of all debuffs for 10 seconds. I think she's a better debuffer than everyone else from this update. Again, nothing good support. Again, female support, cleansing. We love cleansing units, and it's kind of quick cleanse, and she slows a little bit too. So she's a bit like Lucy, but better in my personal opinion. But she doesn't cleanse. She doesn't like remove enemies buffs, which I wish she kind of did, because that'd be kind of broken. But yeah. Again, her damage, nothing crazy, space, and she's a 4 placement, so you don't want to get a Monarch. You don't even want to you probably want to get Fortune on her more than anything. But yeah, this is a tier list for this update, guys. 8.0. I make sure I zoom out so you guys can look at it. Not bad. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helps you understand the units and which unit to use your traits on. Remember, this tier list is my personal opinion, and none of these are in actual order. It's just on S, all of them. A, all of them. It's just not in a specific order. Hope this video helps. Have a great day, and bye bye.